around here in Redfern and Waterloo, where there are just on 4,200 housing department dwellings, double that sort of for the number of people in 2 suburbs, it'd be pretty difficult. But the area is in the inner city. The land prices around here are certainly inflating, and it could very well be that the lists, I know the lists for sale are being drawn up, and we've certainly got blocks of units in West Kensington, that's not too far away, where people are being asked to get ready to vacate by May itself, and May, this is March, the end of March, not too far along the line, and then those units will be sold. Now they've been affordable housing units, but by the same token, with a waiting list of 100,000 families in New South Wales, then they could be used. But in these areas, something like 95% of the families are on pensions and benefits, rebated rents, pensions and benefits. But the land price is inflating, and yes, the department is preparing lists.
So we've got an increased amount of people needing public housing.
Well, that's very true. I think sort of the way Canberra runs these days, and paying off the foreign debt rather than looking after people. Canberra collects the taxes. Canberra distributes back to the states, but it's the states that actually have all the soft portfolios. They run the hospitals, the health systems, the housing, they run the education system, and and they depend on getting their money back to do that from the collecting agency, which is in Canberra.
So by soft you mean?
I mean the human portfolios. It's not like building roads or public works building bridges and things. These are the things that are about people, the things that most affect people. And what we're doing in collecting no new taxes, no new taxes, but we'll cut the budgets. The budgets they cut are the soft portfolios, and they make it harder and harder. And I think we've had a Premier's conference today, haven't we? And Bob Carr's been in there, and he's the only Labor Premier left. So what we've got happening in Victoria and in Queensland is very much following that line of, well, let's make it work, let's sell off the public housing.
So why not sell off the houses in the inner city? I mean, would they be replaced by ones out west or further out, perhaps?
They may very well. Costs rise, but if you want to go out in the never, and I sort of think you might very well be replacing housing on the South Australian border, somewhere close to Roxby Downs. But and if that's what people want, maybe we'll be filling up all those towns that are emptying in our countryside. But we certainly know that in the inner city, the pensioners block just under the Harbour Bridge on this side of the harbour, and the Greenway Flats on the northern side, which you can see from the bridge as you go over it. They've got old people in them too. They've grown old in those places, but they would bring a huge price, and those places are certainly on the lists to go. But what you've also got sort of with the way the federal government is moving, you'll be looking at raising the rents. They're already talking now of putting rents up by another quarter, from 20% of income to 25% of income. You'll see the waiting lists reduced, so anyone who's only just got an income problem will never, will be on the never in terms of getting anything. And they're also talking about making it a revolving door, so people don't depend on the welfare and the house all their days.
Revolving door? What do you mean by that?
Well, you'll be looked at and assessed, and you could get a roof for 3 years, but you don't get a second term at that.
So
at the end of 3 years,
you've got to be able to support yourself and perhaps your kids.
Yep, these are the schemes that they're looking at. And there are 4,200 families in this area. There are 22,000 dwellings in just this region. This area alone, Redfern and Waterloo, this area, and that's not Surrey Hills, which is just sitting across Cleveland Street, represents 4% of the total stock, housing department stock in New South Wales.